And I believe the way that pastors in general help the community is to bring the community together through Jesus Christ. To come together, to love each other as we are supposed to do. We are to love our families, the people that surround us. We are to love them. I just talked to you about that. People have to look at each other and realize that we're all human beings, that we all make mistakes. And for us to come together, that has to happen. And we have to believe that coming together will make a difference in somebody's life, or maybe in the life of the community. It is a community that knows how to love and how to give that love to the people who need to have that love.
Acknowledging call, vehicle accident, Route 403, 422.
I believe the community benefits from my time, that we're always there to help them through all their tough, tragic times, and we set up these fundraisers for them to come out and enjoy their times and mingle with others and just get to know each other more.
There's a lot of stuff that we'll do around here, like such as fundraisers and activities for kids. And in the small community, everybody's seeing each other more and more each day, and they're getting to know each other more. I've seen the community come together by getting these younger kids more involved. In the last couple of months, we've seen more and more young guys come up to us wanting to join, become firemen.
I believe the community helps each other through tragic events because they're always there to help people for mourning. They're raising money in case people don't have money for health insurance, or if they lose everything in their house, they're raising benefit dinners to help get the people back on their feet.
Then after the tragic event happens, they'll basically just start going back to their normal ways of living, where the community will still be involved with each other. It's just, they'll go back to the way it was before the tragic event went on.
Yeah, the communities benefit by the time that I give back to them, basically along the lines of real-time information for something they need to know about an incident that's to directly affect them. When it comes to a smaller community versus a bigger one, sometimes people they don't want to get lost in the shuffle. You know, I mean, that's the same kind of thing when people choose to go to a smaller school as opposed to a bigger school. In the event that something does happen, some tragedy occurs within a community, you'll see them rally together and work together. You know, I see it time and again with Crime Watch programs. What I've seen happen with it, the community becomes much more aware. They're much more sensitive to the situation. They don't pass it off as just, well, this happens somewhere else. You know, this only happens in the bigger cities. They come to the realization that it can and does happen here. You know, I mean, it's just the way it works.
I'm hopeful that the community benefits from the time that I give back to them. I'm not sure they do or not, but a lot of times I'll be out in public and people will ask me questions, just things that I'm knowledgeable about. I'll give them the best answer that I can. Sometimes we'll have people call in about scholarship information, transcripts, any postgraduates. If they come in and they need anything here from the school, be happy to help them out, provide them with the services that we have here, and to give them the things that they need to be successful in life. I think the community benefits from one another is that the towns here, they're not so big that, you know, I think most people have an idea what's going on in all the other towns, and how I think they benefit from one another is if there's something going on in another town, if people are in need in another town, pretty much people know about it. I think that some people choose a small community over a big city. When you're in a small community, you can almost go out through the town and know most of the people that you see, whether it's rural or whether it's a small town. I just think there's more of a bonding there, and there's more of a sense of, hey, you know your neighbor, and you feel more comfortable probably living there. And there's always someone there to help you out as well. Different times of the year, we have different events going on. I'll go back to the blood drive again today. The community will come together. They'll come up here and they'll donate blood. They'll donate their time. This place is a cool place to be. I mean, there's just the people really come together during those times, and they really get into it. And I know from a school's aspect, we really appreciate that. I think the people like it too. So we're lucky to have a community like this where everyone does get together at these certain events. Tragic events, you know, probably the last thing you want to ever see. You know, unfortunately in life, sometimes things like that happen. Some of the things that I've seen change, and I've lived around here throughout my lifetime. But after some of these events, I think one of the biggest thing is whatever it was, there's an awareness that has been created, whatever it might be.
Every one of us is an individual, and every one of us has something special about us.
They grew up with the people that are around the community they live in, and they've known them all their lives, went to school with them, been there for each other.
Smaller communities are a little bit closer knit.
People, whether they know each other or not, they come out to help each other, and they really stand by each other's support system. And that's one of the neat things. It doesn't matter if you live in this town or that town. They'll come to to help people out.